beautiful souls. How can we embody more love, live more freely, and remember who we are? There's so many ways. And one way I want to talk about today has to do with creating peace within yourself between two opposing pieces. Like if there's any conflict within yourself, there's two parts. There's one part that wants to do something, and then there's another part that doesn't want to do something, to create a peaceful resolve between these two pieces. So what happens is a lot in this society, for a lot of humans, for myself, is that we have conflict, internal conflict. And internal conflict can create feelings of tension. It can create like this sense that we're not fully present because we're having this internal conflict. Or it can also create a feeling that we can't fully enjoy what we're doing because we're conflicted by the thing we're doing as well. So I'll give a real life example right now. And it feels a little bit like vulnerable to share because it has to do with a substance, guys, that I feel many people who might know me might think that I definitely don't drink it. And I also am supposedly in the box of a health promoter, and like this raw food girl and this like purist basically. Sometimes I feel like I've been put in the box of the purist, but I ain't no motherfucking purist, I'll tell you that much. I'll eat anything I want whenever I want. I mean, I never eat. I don't really like eating processed foods. But I'll fucking eat it if I want to, you know? And sometimes maybe I would. I do, actually. I do. I'm talking like this like vegan, like fast food, burger, French fries type stuff at a really cool burger place actually that exists here in Sweden. So sometimes I've had that, and sometimes I've had vegan pizza and vegan Mexican food, but it's not like something that I really like to eat. But so anyway, I have an example, a real life example. So when I came here to Sweden, my whole family drinks coffee. Everyone in my family drinks coffee. And now that I've been here for 3 months, I'm drinking coffee. That's right, guys. This is coffee. This is a shot of an espresso with, once again, you guessed it, Oatly. Now, coffee is a very powerful substance. It's almost like mildly psychoactive to me. It can actually create, for a lot of people, anxiety, panic attacks, heart palpitations, sweats, stress, cortisol. The hormone cortisol can come up, and you know, stress is it's a hormone that creates premature aging and inflammation in the body and all these things. So because I know all these things, and because I myself have had experiences where I literally felt like I wanted to die and was going to die when I had coffee. So to end my coffee conflict, I've had to connect to the energy of coffee as if it is a lover. Coffee is a lover. And I wrote about it. I wrote about it in a long text. I wrote about it in a long text, in a long like note on my phone. Coffee is a lover. This lover is very charming. This lover is very gorgeous and sexy, and it's very seducing. It seduces me because, first of all, I see coffee everywhere. Coffee to me is a comfort. It's a way to kind of escape almost. Not escape, but it's a way to like relax sometimes and feel comfort. It reminds me of home. It reminds me of my grandma. It reminds me of my mom. It reminds me of being at home. And that in itself makes me happy. But then the thing is with me, guys, so what I do is I'm here and I'm at home and it's all cozy and it's all normal to drink coffee. But then I go to these other places where it's literally the last thing you want to be drinking. where I literally I've taken a course that was like a dopamine reset, and a book. I read a book that's called The Addiction-Free Lifestyle, and it's all about don't drink coffee because it induces so much dopamine and it just depletes us of energy, and it's just like acidic and all these things. So there's a conflict in me. You can imagine there is a conflict in me. So what do? I realized that why would I continue doing something if there's going to be a conflict? Like, I want to fully enjoy it. In Tantra, guys, we don't eat the pastry. We don't eat the rich, luscious, fatty cake. And then while we're eating it, we're like, oh, this is toxic, but then we're eating it anyways. That's not what we do in tantric lifestyle. In a tantric lifestyle, when we do something, when we drink something, we see it as God, as love, as the substance, the material that is going to bless us the most, that I'm going to commune with and feel it, appreciate its energy and presence. I'm going to sense its energy and presence and breathe myself open to it. And I'm also going to embrace and love and have compassion and kindness towards whatever comes up when I've engaged in this substance. Versus drink it and then drink it and then not even really appreciate it. Like, just drink it, like, I'll drink it and I'll scroll on my phone a lot. Like, right now I'm taking a few sips during this video, but I'm really like present with this as well. Like, I've talked to the coffee too beforehand. It was like, it's fine, you can make the video, it's fine, I'm here, we're lovers. Right now I'm connecting to the lover that is coffee, and he's penetrating me real good, I tell you that much. He's been penetrating me real good for the last just a few days, like 4 days of or 5 or 6 or 7, 6 days or whatever, out of like 3 months of being here, I've had coffee. And I'll just tell you, it's a beautiful romance, it's a beautiful lovership, and it's coming to an end. But how have I created peace? Because guys, I used to be in an internal conflict. I used to feel like, I want coffee so badly. I want coffee so badly. It's such a comfort. It's so delicious. It's so fun. It's so like, the yummy flavor, the scent, the smell, the feeling it gives me, and just like the social aspect of it. But then I also knew and felt in my head, really, it was all in my head. I was like, no, but you can't have coffee. Coffee's bad. Coffee causes inflammation. Coffee causes cortisol. Coffee, like, creates hormone imbalances. And also, because of what coffee has done to me before, it can create like psychotic episodes in me, panic attacks. I'm kind of sensitive, but that's it. You see what I just said there? Here's my point. Internal conflict is, we're creating it. I'm creating it. So in order to embody love, live free, and remember who we truly are, we need to have more awareness of what's happening, of these two parts. So there's the part that that's like this health nut, that's like, hey, I know what's good and what's bad, and these things will affect your body negatively. If you eat this, you will be affected. So this is like a powerful part, and it's creating reality. Because of this part, I'm being impacted by the coffee in a different, more aggressive way. And then I have this other part that's like, yeah, but I just want to enjoy it. I just want to like sit here and enjoy a cup of coffee. I don't want to drink a lot of coffee. I just want a cup of coffee, an espresso, and I want to sit here and look at the trees while I drink my coffee. And so there's this two, and then there's this other one that's like, well, no, if you drink the coffee, you're not a purist. You need to drink your urine. You need to just drink water or juice or anything else but coffee. Coffee is not good for you. The thing is, there's a conflict there. And then there comes tension. And how could I really fully be a great lover if I'm not fully present, completely open to the coffee and appreciating all of its qualities and like worshiping it as if it is the most divine thing ever? So the way to end this inner conflict and have more peace in our lives, it comes back to being in the witness. to being the witness of what's happening. And to be in that space of the witness, which we can practice being the witnessing, loving presence through daily meditation, through meditation practice, through any sort of mindfulness practice where we're supposed to observe the changing mind and observe the sensations, observe our breath for a longer period, so that we're sharpening our mind to and strengthening our ability to just witness without reaction, without craving, without aversion, just really witnessing and observing. Because the more we observe something, the more we become aware of something that's playing itself out, the more understanding we have for it, and the more we see that it's not actually who we are. So I'm not actually that voice inside my head that says that coffee is toxic, and like that is not actually a truth of who I am. It is a impermanent identity. It's like this identity that's been built up from me being in certain surroundings where I'm like with purists, where I'm with raw foodists, where I'm with people who fast for 40 days. I spend a lot of time with beautiful humans that go away from society and fast for 40 days and come back and share about their experiences and what they've learned. And they're like, they would never drink coffee. And so I've been influenced by these beautiful, gorgeous humans, which I deeply love. And yes, I do feel that there is so much value, and that's like the highest teaching. It's like, eat from nature, eat straight from the source, eat from the tree, eat from the earth, eat from the sky, like drink the waters and from the, like, you know, eat the potatoes and the berries and everything. And coffee, the truth of coffee is that it is a little bit processed. Like the berry itself, the coffee berry is beautiful. It's like a red berry, and you take it and you can chew, put it in your mouth, like get the meat, and then it's the actual seed or the bean that people make coffee out of. But when I like, I've taken care of a coffee tree before in Hawaii. We had one coffee tree on the land, and that coffee tree was producing beautiful coffee berries, and they were red, gorgeous, and it actually got run over by the mower once. And so I really had to like tend to it, because I was like, no, we got to keep you alive. And I don't know why, but you know, like we just care about trees naturally. We want to help them if they got hurt. And so I like tied some strings to help the, you know, the branches stay up, and it got saved. It started growing, and it could continue its life. But so what I'm getting at is that yes, coffee is processed. Yes, coffee is something that I do believe that, you know, it can cause prolonged use. Well, see, that's the thing. You see, I just said it myself. I believe that. Believe, the word believe has the word lie in it. Be mindful of what we believe, because we're kind of like telling a lie, but we do create our own reality. So whatever we believe will be our reality. So if I keep holding this belief that coffee can have some sort of bad impact, that's why do I want to create that in my life if I'm going to drink it? So the way to really have peace, the way to really create more feeling of being able to embody the truth of who we are, which is love, and to feel more free in our life, is to notice the conflict, to watch it, and with a breath of compassion and kindness towards ourselves and towards everyone in our life, we take a breath and we simply let that go. We let go of this continuation of identifying with this part that is so attached to only one way of eating and living, as if that's the only way that's gonna be healthy for me. We let go of believing and identifying with all thoughts. We let go of thinking that any sort of substance in this world can harm us. It's actually our thoughts about it that will harm us the most. This is what will end the conflict, when we realize that what is actually the most toxic about the substance that you might engage in is your stories about how toxic it is and how bad it is for you, what it will create for you. We create through our thoughts because they carry energy and vibration. So I've ended the coffee conflict. I'm now embracing coffee as an amazing lover that I get to spend time with for a short while, because we've both come to an agreement that we're not supposed to be together long term. Coffee is a lover for me that I spend time with sometimes, but coffee tells me, it's like, you know, I love you a lot. I really fucking love you. But you know how intense it gets. You know how like overwhelmed you can get in this relationship, and I don't want to hurt you. Like, coffee doesn't want to hurt me. And coffee wants what's best for me. So coffee told me, like, the lover that is coffee told me that, you know what's better for you? You need to spend more time with like cacao, or with like fresh pressed juices, or coconut water, or breath work even, or yeah. Or maybe sometimes like green tea or yerba mate or things like that. So I've ended the coffee conflict now, where I'm like just communing with it as it's a beautiful lover, and I'm enjoying my time with it. And our time is coming to an end. But so my point about all this is that I've been engaging in coffee again for a little bit while I've been here in Sweden, and it's been from such a different place. I've drank it, and I haven't judged. I haven't had this like, oh look, I'm drinking this and I'm such an addict, and I can't control myself, like what's wrong with me, and I should just be more pure, and like, it's not been like that. I've been like, just like really loving it. And it affects me so differently when I approach it this way, and when I hold a different belief about it. A lot of purists, a lot of raw foodists, a lot of people who eat just like sprouts and stuff and carrots. Sometimes these people are actually more sick than the people that eat pizza, and the people that drink coffee, and maybe even whatever, smoke tobacco sometimes. That sometimes people who eat sprouts and carrots are more sick than people who eat processed foods, because the people that are eating sprouts and carrots are scared shit. They are in horrible limiting belief systems that only certain things are going to be good for them, and they're living in fear. They're living in fear. What I'm saying with this whole video is like, have a loving relationship with everything in your life, everything that you do. If you're going to engage in something, if you're noticing that in your life right now, the path of least resistance is actually to say yes to coffee, because it's literally everywhere all around me, and I could be that person that's like, no, 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 and that could technically be the stronger thing to do, have my fucking boundaries, and yes, I do that a lot. I'm usually that person. This time, guys, I gave up being that one. I just let that person go for a bit, and I tell you, I still love myself. I'm still an epic person, and I'm just not like that person that needs to always have the gluten-free, the super clean, the organic. I can fucking eat anything I want, and it will be blessed as fuck, and it will be loved up, and I will be loved up, and we will all be all right. So just notice your limiting beliefs. Notice the conflict. If there is a conflict inside, have that awareness, and like identify the two parts that are there. And then see truly the truth that ain't you at all. That ain't you. You are the lover. You are love. You are the loving witnessing space. And in a tonic lifestyle, if we're going to have we're going to motherfucking enjoy it to its fullest. We're going to have fun with it. And not shame ourselves for it. And not be stuck in these like limiting ways of thinking. It's a very long video talking about one small little simple thing. It probably could have been 2 minutes long. But that's my style, guys. That's my style. Like, I want to warn you right now that I just don't know how to make short videos. It's hard. I kind of like try to do this red line, like this try to stay focused in one place. But sometimes, guys, I'll just go there and there and there. It's a ramble. And I know that that's not the most popular. I know that that's not what people like to watch. People like to watch videos that are like boom, boom, boom. Very clear, very direct, because I don't want to, people don't want to waste their time. That's why my expression is not for everyone. And I am at peace with that. I am not a mainstream entertainer. I'm just not for everyone, and that is okay. We all are here on this planet. There's so many millions of beautiful people, so there's a little something good for everyone. I might be something for like 1% of people, maybe. Yeah, I'm just celebrating the end of the coffee conflict. And yeah, I mean, the end of the coffee conflict, and also like the ending of our beautiful romance that we've been having. Like, we've been having some fucking beautiful time together. And I love it. And now, instead of leaving the coffee relationship with this thought like coffee is toxic, coffee is bad, coffee is such an asshole, coffee's not good, I'm leaving it with appreciation, with love, with like this feeling of juiciness. And it's like alchemy, guys. We're turning energy and vibration and thoughts that have been like kind of feeling like not so fun to gold and to nourishment and to love. So the reason why we feel conflict is because there's one part of you that feels something negative and another part that feels something else, and like there's this battle between the two. When both of those two, you realize both of those things are not even who you are at all, and you just quiet down and you just come back to the loving, eternal, witnessing space that is you, that is me, that is everything, like the infinite energy that we are. Everything, all these things that are on the that we're being aware of, that are on the stage that we've been giving attention to, can fade away, and we see who we really are, and then we can live free, embody love, and remember who we truly are. That is the truth. So live free, embody love, and remember who you truly are by choosing to observe all of these parts. And if there's a conflict in you, all you got to do is observe it long enough. Start watching it without judgment, without shaming it. Just watch it like a scientist, like a hunter that's watching. What is this thing? What is this personality, identity thing that's playing out, and that I'm identifying with and believing it is real, and that's affecting my life negatively? What is this thing? Let me watch it for a while. Let me watch it. Let me be aware of it. Gain more understanding. Oh, cool. Now I totally understand it. Now I understand why there's such conflict in my life, why I have so much suffering. No wonder I'm creating it. I'm creating it. I'm creating suffering for myself. Wow. Oh, look, what can I do now when I've been observing them long enough and like been aware of them long enough? I don't need to hold on to them. It ain't me. So they just dissolve. Just dissolve. That's it. That's all for today, folks. Leave a comment down below. Like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you want. And I'll see you soon. Bye.